Hey everybody, this is Austin Jones from lessonswithaustin.com, and got a quick lesson for you. We're going to talk about the key of A. Alright, first key chord in the key of A is going to be an A major. This is going to be your one chord, your main chord in the key of A. And the way that this is usually formed, you'll see this formed, E string, open, B string or second string on the second fret, third string on the second fret, and index finger on the fourth string, second fret. And then your A string will be open. Your low E string you're not going to strum. Now you want to make sure when you're playing this A not to hit that low E. It sounds okay, but it's a little muddy in the low end. So it's usually a good idea if you can wrap your thumb around it to just barely touch it. You don't want to press too hard or you'll get that note. Just barely touch it and strum those 5 strings. That's your one chord. Next, the easiest chord to do after this will be a D2, which is going to be your 4 chord. And all you're going to do from A, you're going to move your ring finger up to the 3rd fret, so you're on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and you're just going to pick up your index finger. Once you have your finger like that, 0, 3, 2, 0, I'm not going to play the A string or the E string, I'm just going to play these 4, and that's a D. That's your 4 chord. So you go from A, 1, to the 4 chord, this is a D. And now, another typical way of going from 1 to 4 instead of going from A to a D2 would be going from an A to a D. I'm going to put for the D, I have my middle finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret, my ring finger on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and then my index finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. So that's my 4. 1, do it in D2, 1, 4. After your 4 chord, you got a 1-4 progression. I'm going to go to my 5 chord. My 5 chord is going to be an E major, and that's going to be 0, 0, open, open. My index finger is going to be on my 3rd string, 1st fret. My ring finger is going to be on the 4th string, 2nd fret. And my middle finger is going to be on the 5th string, 2nd fret. I'm actually going to strum all 6 strings. You can see that. Okay, so those are my 4 chords. When I put that's just 1, 5, 4, 5. Now once you are pretty comfortable with 1, 4, or 5, the next chord you need to learn in any key is going to be the 6th chord. That's going to be a very important chord. However, in the key of A, it's a little difficult because to really do it the right way, you're going to have to do a bar chord. To do this, it's going to be an F sharp minor. It's going to sound like that. I'm going to bar all 6 strings at the 2nd fret. And I'm not going to use my middle finger for this. I'm going to use my ring finger and my pinky. So 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string are all 3 going to be barred at the 2nd fret. My ring finger is going to play, my pinky is going to play the 4th fret, and my ring finger is going to play the 4th fret on the 5th string. And that's going to be my F sharp. And that's going to take some time. Try to get if you're doing bar chords for the first time, try to get your thumb under your index finger. You want to make sure that you're pushing down real hard on all 6 strings to get that right. It takes some time to get used to. You want to make sure your finger's straight. You also want to make sure your finger's not crossing over or bending over the frets. If you can get that, your ring and your middle finger, you'll only be using the tips of your finger to play that chord. So once you got that, you can do a 1, 5, 6, 4. Now that's it. You can play most songs with those 4 chords, but I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple more chords that you can play. I'm going to show you the 2, 3, and the 7. Now, I'm going to do this backwards. I'm going to go back to the 1, and I'm going to play the 7. Now, on more contemporary type of music, the 7 chord will pretty much be a 1 chord with a 7 note in the bass. And so, in the key of A, I'm going to still play an A on the top, but I'm going to hit this G sharp in the bass. When I hit that G sharp, I'm probably going to do that with my ring finger. You could probably do it with your pinky. When I do that with my ring finger, the 5th string is going to be muted. So it's going to sound like this. Just like that. My 1st string is also muted too when I do that. So the way I would normally play that, then my 6, 5, and then my 4 is the D, or a D2. After that, I got my 2 and my 3, and in the key of A, these have to be bar chords in order to play right. So A is my 1, and then my 2 is going to be a B minor. B minor is a bar chord. I have 5 strings barred with my index. My middle finger is going to go on the 2nd string 3rd fret. My pinky is going to go on the 3rd string 4th fret, and my ring finger is going to go on the 4th string 4th fret. I'm going to make that kind of same shape I make with the E, but I'm going to do it with my pinky ring and middle. And then my index is holding the 5th string 2nd fret. On a B minor, you don't hit your E string. You can mute it with your index finger by pushing up against it. So that's my 2. Now, if you can play that, then you can do your 3. Your 3 is going to be a C sharp. It's going to be the same shape, but on the 4th fret. So if I'm walking up 2, 3, C sharp minor is the 3rd, D is my 4, E is the 5, F sharp minor is the 6, the G sharp is the 7, so that's the one way to do it. That's the best way to do it with open chords. Now